Day 48 of reading through the scriptures. I'm using the scriptures version. It's my favorite version. Sometime I'll put a video about why I like it so much. Anyway.
And,
Oh, that's my 8-year-old brother. He has something to say. What do you want to say? Do you want it? Oh, he's going to try to read the first verse.
And,
Okay, he read the first word. And after these events, it came to be that it was said to Joseph, "See, your father is sick." And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And Yaakov was told, "See, your son Joseph is coming to you." And Yisrael strengthened himself and sat up on the bed. And Yaakov said to Joseph, "El Shaddai appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said to me, See, I am making you fruitful, and shall increase and make of you an assembly of peoples, and give this land to your seed after you as an everlasting possession. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born to you in the land of Mitzrayim, before I came to you as in Mitzrayim, are mine. As Reuben and Shimon, they are mine. Your offspring whom you shall bring forth after them are yours, and let them be called by the name of their brothers in their inheritance. And I, when I came from Paddan, Rachel died beside me in the land of Canaan on the way, when there was but a little distance to go to Ephrath. And I buried her there on the way to Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. And Yisrael saw Joseph's sons, and he said, Who are these? And Joseph said to his father, They are my sons, whom Elohim has given me in this place. And he said, Please bring them to me, and let me bless them. And the eyes of Israel were dim with age, and he was unable to see. And he drew them near, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Yisrael said to Joseph, I had not thought to see your face, but see, Elohim has also shown me your seed. So Joseph brought them from between his knees, and he bowed down with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim with his right hand towards Yisrael's left hand, and Manasseh with his left hand towards Yisrael's right hand, and brought them near him. And Yisrael stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand on Manasseh's head. That's my little baby girl. She's trying to touch the Bible, listening along. Anyway, and Yisrael stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, consciously directing his hands, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, The Elohim before whom my fathers Abraham and Yitzchak walked, the Elohim who has fed me all my life long to this day, the messenger who has redeemed me from all evil, bless the youths, and let my name be called upon them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Yitzchak, and let them increase to a multitude in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand on the head of Ephraim, it was evil in his eyes, and he took hold of his father's hand to remove it, and put from the head of Ephraim to the head of Manasseh. And Joseph said to his father, Not so, my father, for this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He also becomes a people, and he also is great. And yet his younger brother is greater than he, and his seed is to become the completeness of the nations. And he blessed them on that day, saying, In you Yisrael shall bless, saying, Elohim make you as Ephraim and as Manasseh. Thus he put Ephraim before Manasseh. And Yisrael said to Joseph, See, I am dying, but Elohim shall be with you and bring you back to the land of your fathers. And I have given you one portion above your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Isaiah 48. Hear this, O house of Yaakov, who are called by the name of Yisrael, and have come from the waters of Yehudah, who swear by the name of Yahweh, and profess the Elohim of Yisrael, though not in truth or in righteousness, for they call themselves after the set-apart city, and lean on the Elohim of Yisrael. Yahweh of hosts is his name. I have declared the former events from the beginning, and they went forth through my mouth, and I made you hear them. Suddenly I acted, and they came to be, because I knew that you were hard, and your neck was an iron sinew, and your forehead bronze. Therefore I declared it to you long ago, before it came I made you hear, lest you should say, My idol has done them, and my carved image and my molded image commanded them. You have heard, look at them all. And do you not declare it? From now on I shall make you hear new ones, not even hidden ones, which you have not known. Now they shall be created and not long ago. And before this day you have not heard them, lest you should say, Look, I knew them. No, you have not heard. No, you have not known. No, from of old your ear has not been opened. Because I knew that you are indeed treacherous, and are called a transgressor from the womb. For my name's sake I postponed my displeasure, and for my praise I held it back from you, so as not to cut you off. See, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have chosen you in the furnace of affliction. For my own sake I do it. For how is it profaned? And my esteem I do not give to another. Listen to me, O Yaakov, and Yisrael, my called. I am he, I am the first, I am also the last. Also my hand has laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand has stretched out the heavens. I call to them, let them stand together. All of you gather yourselves and hear. Who among them has declared these? Yahweh has loved him. Let him do his pleasure on Babel, and his arm be on the Kasdim. I have spoken. I have also called him. I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous. Come near to me, hear this. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning. From the time that it was, I was there. And now the Master Yahweh has sent me, and his Spirit. Thus said Yahweh your Redeemer, the set-apart one of Yisrael. I am Yahweh your Elohim, teaching you what is best, leading you by the way you should go. If only you had listened to my commands, then your peace would have been like a river, and your righteousness like the waves of the sea. And your seed would have been like the sand, and the offspring of your inward parts like the grains of sand. His name would not have been cut off nor destroyed from before me. Come out of Babel, flee from the Kasdim, declare this with a voice of singing, proclaim it, send it out to the end of the earth. Say, Yahweh has redeemed his servant Yaakov. And they did not thirst when he led them through the deserts. He caused waters from a rock to flow for them. He split the rock, and waters gushed out. There is no peace for the wrong, said Yahweh. Alright, our next chapter is going to be Psalms 48. Great is Yahweh and greatly to be praised, in the city of our Elohim, his set-apart mountain. Beautiful on high, the joy of the whole earth, the joy of all the earth. Is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great sovereign. Elohim is in her citadels, he is known as her refuge. For look, the sovereigns met, they passed by together, they saw, so they marveled. They were ashamed, they hastened away, trembling took hold of them there. Pain as of a woman in labor. With an east wind you break the ships of Tarshish. As we have heard, so we have seen, in the city of Yahweh of hosts. In the city of our Elohim, Elohim establishes her forever. Selah. We have thought, O Elohim, of your loving commitment, in the midst of your Hekal. According to your name, O Elohim, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is filled with righteousness. Let Mount Zion rejoice. Let the daughters of Yehuda exalt. Because of your right rulings. Walk about Zion and go all around her. Count her towers, set her heart upon her rampart. Go through her citadels so that you report it to the coming generation. For this Elohim is our Elohim forever and ever. He himself leads us even to death. Looks like a typo in the text. There shouldn't be a 9 there. Anyway, our last chapter is going to be in Luke, and I'm going to try to get up there. That marker. Luke 4 sounds about right. And Yahweh being filled with a set-apart... Let's start over on Luke 4. And Yeshua
being filled with the set-apart Spirit
returned from the garden and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being tried for 40 days by the devil. And in those days he did not eat at all, and afterward, when they had ended, he was hungry. And the devil said to him, If you are the son of Elohim, command this stone to become bread. But Yeshua answered him, saying, It has been written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Elohim. And the devil, taking him up on a high mountain, showed him all the reigns of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said to him, All this authority I shall give to you, and their esteem, for it has been delivered to me, and I give it to whomever I wish. If then you worship before me, all shall be yours. And Yeshua answering him said, Get behind me, Satan, for it has been written, You shall worship Yahweh your Elohim, and him only you shall serve. And he brought him to Jerusalem. He set him on the edge of the set-apart place, and said to him, If you are the son of Elohim, throw yourself down from here, for it has been written, He shall concern his messengers concerning you, to guard over you. And in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And Yeshua answering said to him, "It has been written, you shall not try Yahweh your Elohim." And when the devil had ended every trial, he went away from him until a convenient time. And Yeshua returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee, and news of him went out throughout all the surrounding country. He was teaching in their congregations, being praised by all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And according to his practice, he went into the congregation on the Sabbath day, and stood up and read. And the scroll of the prophet Yeshayahu was handed to him. And having unrolled the scroll, he found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because he has anointed me to bring the good news to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim release to the captives, and recovery of sight to the blind, to send away crushed ones with a release, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh." And that's Isaiah 61:1, and I think just part of verse 2. And having rolled up the scroll, he gave it to the attendant and sat down. And the eyes of all in the congregation were fixed upon him. And he began to say to them, "Today this scripture has been filled in your hearing." And all were bearing witness to him, and marveled at the pleasant words that came out of his mouth. And they said, "Is this not the son of Yosef?" And he said to them, "No doubt you shall say this proverb to me, 'Physician, heal yourself. Whatever we have heard being done in Capernaum, do also here in your country." And he said, "Truly I say to you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But truly I say to you, many widows were in Israel in the days of Eliyahu, when the heaven was shut up for 3 years and 6 months, and there was a great scarcity of food in all the land. And Eliyahu was sent to none of them, but to Zarephath of Sidon, to a woman, a widow. And many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elisha the prophet, and none of them was cleansed except Naaman the Aramean." And all those in the congregation, when they heard this, were filled with wrath. And rising up, they drove him out of the city, and brought him to the brow of the hill on which their city was built, in order to throw him down. But he, passing through the midst of them, went away. And he came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and was teaching them on the Sabbaths. And they were astonished at his teaching, for his word was with authority. And in the congregation was a man having a spirit of an unclean demon. And he cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Ha, what have we to do with you, Yeshua of Nazareth? Did you come here to destroy us? I know you, who you are, the set-apart one of Elohim." And Yeshua rebuked him, saying, "Be silenced and come out of him." And when the demon had thrown him in their midst, it came out of him without hurting him. And astonishment came on all, and they spoke to each other, saying, "What is this word, that with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and they come out?" And the report about him went out into every place of the neighborhood. And rising up from the congregation, he went into the house of Shimon. But the mother-in-law of Shimon was sick with a severe inflammation, and they asked him concerning her. And standing over her, he rebuked the inflammation, and it left her, and instantly rising up, she served them. And when the sun was setting, all who were sick with various diseases brought them to him. And he laid his hands on each one of them, and healed them. And also demons were coming out of many, crying out and saying, "You are the Messiah, the Son of Elohim." And rebuking them, he did not allow them to speak, for they knew he was the Messiah. And when day came, he went out and proceeded to a lonely place, but the crowds were seeking him and came to him and tried to keep him from leaving them. And he said to them, "To the other cities I also have to bring the good news, the reign of Elohim, because for this I have been sent." And he was proclaiming in the congregations of Galilee.